Good afternoon, everyone. So today is a solemn day and a day of remembrance. 1 year ago, on October 7th, Hamas launched a heinous attack against Israel. On a day that was supposed to be a joyous Jewish holiday of singing and dancing, Hamas terrorists streamed across the border from Gaza into Israel and massacred more than 1,200 innocent people, including 46 Americans at a music festival. They committed horrific attacks of sexual violence. In many cases, these terrorists recorded their acts of barbarity and carnage, chilling, documenting the unspeakable atrocities they committed for others to see. This morning, the President and the First Lady lit a yahrzeit candle to remember all those who were massacred by Hamas in what was the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. The President and the First Lady were joined by Rabbi Aaron Alexander of Adas Israel Congregation for the candle lighting in remembrance of the victims of the October 7th attacks. The rabbi recited "God full of mercy," a Jewish prayer for the soul of a person who has died. It is recited during burial services and memorial services. Rabbi Alexander is a family friend of the Goldberg Poland family. Hirsch Goldberg Poland was abducted by Hamas on October 7th and held hostage for almost 11 months until he was murdered by Hamas. The President also issued a statement mourning those who were killed and recognizing the more than 250 innocents, including 12 Americans who were taken hostage. The President has met with many of their families and grieved with them. As he said this morning, they have been through hell. So many families have lost loved ones on October 7th and will never be the same. President Biden and Vice President Harris have stood strongly in support of the people of Israel, and they made clear again today they are fully committed to the safety of the Jewish people, the security of Israel, and its right to exist. As both the President and the Vice President said, we must bring the hostages home who are being held in Gaza. President Biden continues to work around the clock to try to reach a ceasefire and hostage release deal that would not only bring the hostages held by Hamas home to their families, but also end the fighting and alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people in Gaza, many of whom have been living in hellish conditions, and enabled a much-needed surge of humanitarian aid in Gaza. As we reflect on the past year and all that has happened since October 7th, we also mourn the loss of innocent life in Gaza, where tens of thousands of Palestinians have lost their lives as a result of the conflict that Hamas terrorism has unleashed. President Biden will never stop working to end the suffering of all people, and he continues the work to build the conditions for a lasting peace in the region so that after this conflict is over, Israelis and Palestinians can live securely side by side in a lasting peace with equal measures of safety, opportunity, and dignity.